I'm sorry, but the touch-up, the lighting is not going to get rid of a lump on your face.
But are you sure?
Look, I have gray hairs coming in. You don't see me freaking out.
Okay, just hit record.
It's recording.
Oh, shit. Hi. Hi.
We don't even know what we're talking about right now.
We're doing the news.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Are we a mess today? Hi. How you doing?
I'd also like to take a moment and thank all of our listeners that complimented my purple lips.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, when I was editing the video for it, I don't know how I felt about it.
Well, we got some compliments, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, see, look, now you're checking the touch-up because you don't think we are touched. I don't think we're touched up.
Are you kidding this?
Okay, I'll speak for myself.
Flawless.
I thought you were going to thank all our lovely listeners that voted for us in a Faces magazine.
Oh, I keep forgetting about Faces Magazine Awards. Please go and vote for us. We really appreciate it, and it means a lot to us.
You can find us in the cutest dog photo category, which is a real category.
Right. Is it?
Yes, there's a category for everything.
But we're not hating on it.
No.
And also, we do really want to win. So we're nominated for 2 categories, Best Podcast and Best Interview Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love to at least win one of those because I have the plaque from last year and Jesse is plaqueless. Well, other than his own personal plaques.
Yes.
But he doesn't have a messy podcast plaque. So let's do it for Jesse.
Please.
Since I know that's who everyone listens to.
Aw, look at those fishing for compliments. I agree with her, yes, because the plaques are very nice. So you can find us under both podcast categories in the media section and me in basically every other category. So thank you for your votes.
And including cutest dog pick.
No, I'm not in that one. I'm so mad.
You're the biggest bitch I know.
Aw, yeah, back at you, girlfriend. Blast the Radio is also nominated for Best Radio Station. And, you know, radio is changing. It's going more online. So it's nice to see things like that get recognized, too.
They don't have to go, if you have an online radio station, you don't have to go by all the like lame ass rules that other radio has to go by, like CanCon.
Yeah.
You can play the Canadian content that you want to play because it's good, not just because you have to.
And if you're listening to us on BTR right now, get this. Shit, fuck, damn. Oh, and I didn't lose my job.
Vagina.
Oh, you had a good weekend?
I did have a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I spent it with
your new lover.
My new lover, yes.
It's past a lover now. You can't call him a lover anymore.
I just don't think you can be a lover in COVID days. You either have to commit or not.
Good point. Yeah.
We did have some fun though. And I'm telling like couples to do this. I'm not okay. But it was he is fortunate enough to have like a large basement. So this is not innuendo, by the way. And he has a ping pong table. We played strip ping pong.
Oh.
Just the 2 of us.
Spicing it up already.
Yeah. It was really fun.
So how did it work? So if you missed.
So you play a game, and if you lose the game, you have to take a piece of clothing off.
Okay.
And I think the games went up to 11. Yes.
Who won?
He did.
Of course. What was the first piece of clothing you removed?
Sock.
Oh, come on.
It was. I'm not joking.
And then the other sock?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And then the shirt went off first.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, that's how you know how horny you are if like first thing off is the panties.
Right. Shirt right away.
Yeah, right away.
No, what did I do? I went socks off first, shirt off, then pants. No, bra first and then pants.
Oh, so you were out there tits swinging.
Well, I was hoping that the swinging titties would distract him and he would lose.
It didn't work?
No.
But so you had to hit ping pongs with your boobs flying all over the place? That must have been...
Jesse, you've seen my chest. I don't have ginormous tits. Your pecs probably jiggle more than my boobs do.
Well, I was just going to say mine jiggle, so I know yours jiggle a little. Look, I'm jiggling them. We're jiggling them right now.
They don't jiggle that much. They vibrate instead.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jessie Jenna. I know it's a weird URL, but we had to choose a weird one.
Right.
I don't know. They made us. Okay, where were we? Boobs.
No, we're talking about ping pong and boobs, but yeah.
What did he take off? Did he go totally naked or he had...
No, I think I got him down to like a
boxers
shirt with boxers on.
Oh, God.
I know. I lost miserably.
I'm sure he was willing to remove the boxers.
I did it on purpose.
I'm sure you did.
I'm a master ping pong player. Didn't you know that?
I actually believe you.
I'm not.
No, but you're very athletic and very competitive, so I'm surprised you didn't win.
Well, I play tennis too, but ping pong and tennis are not the same. They are not played the same. You don't swing the same. So I kept like going to like smash it, but then I would miss the whole table.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have to work on my ping pong skills.
Tennis is the one with like the brooms you shuffle along the puck on the ice, right?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay. Oh my God. I was really nervous there. You're a good actor.
Thank you. No, you're just so willing to believe how stupid I am when it comes to sports.
Not gonna argue with that one.
Oh God.
All right, we got quite a few stories today, don't we?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God, no, 4. I don't know. Let's just get to them, shall we?
We shall.
All right. Some people checked out a haunted house and found a body in the freezer.
Like a real body?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. I have a personal story about this.
Well, wait. For your personal story.
No, I'm going to give you the real story, then my personal
Remember,
story.
there's that haunted house that we talked about that you have to sign a waiver that you could die and shit.
Right.
Like, is it one of those houses?
No. This is like a real, on the block, you have that creepy broken down house that, you hear stories about, and some kids broke in.
Did you have one of those houses in your neighborhood? I had a house with a pervert.
Oh, was he a real pervert?
Chester the molester. That's what we called him.
Hi, Chris.
And he was a pervert. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
That's just frightening.
Yeah, he was peevy. He used to stand naked in his window.
Oh.
While kids walked home from school.
But did you guys secretly love it? You're like, oh my God, let's go.
Chester the molester was not attractive. Close your eyes right now and picture who Chester the molester would look like.
I'm picturing Hi, Chris from Family Guy.
Okay, back to the body.
Okay.
Yeah, no, He was not attractive. He had a big, huge red nose. He was really old.
Gross.
Yeah.
So it looked like a bird in a nest anyway.
It was a real
bird in a nest. We had a house. We all thought it was a witch that lived there. It was an little old lady, and we were so mean to her. And we would go ring and ding dong ditch, is what the kids call it these days. We called it Nicky Nine Doors.
Yeah.
And we were just mean to her, but
you know that
she could have been a witch.
Nicky Nine Doors, or what'd you call it?
Ding dong ditch.
Ding dong ditch. That doesn't work anymore. You want to know why?
Why?
Because when someone rings your front door that you're not expecting, nobody answers the front door. Everyone hides and pretends they're not home.
It's true.
If you're not expecting a visitor or an Amazon package, you ain't answering that door. So Nicky Nine Doors is pointless.
That's a good point. Nothing can send me into hiding faster than the doorbell going off. Right. I dive into the bathroom, lights off.
I remember being a really young kid, and it'd be like in the middle of the day, and you're at home with mom, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door, and she kind of looks out and then goes, shh, shh, get down, go, hide, don't say anything, don't move. And it was always Jehovah's Witnesses at the door.
Oh, for me it was debt collectors, but whatever.
Oh, different worlds we came from.
Yeah, we did.
In university, I lived in an apartment, and I had a bunch of friends over. And a Jehovah's Witness came to the door. And so I did exactly what my mom did when I was little. Hide, everyone hide. Don't say anything. Just let them go. I don't want to be rude.
No, yeah.
So I'm like, I'd rather them just think no one's home. So everyone's hiding. And then my friend Lynn Rankin, yes, I'm going to say her name. She goes and opens the door. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like standing behind, like listening. What are you doing? And she's like, hey, Earl, go get the hose. And and then my other friends started making like animal noises, like, ee-haw, ee-haw. She was like, I told you to stop touching that animal like that. It was quite funny.
That reminds me of that's probably where she got it, Mrs. Doubtfire, remember?
Oh, maybe.
Don't make me get the hose.
Yeah. Well, that part, yeah. But I remember she was like, bestiality, I'm sure, is not accepted in Jehovah.
I hope not.
Religion.
My older sister Jasmine got in big trouble one time because she heard them out and she accepted the pamphlet. And I remember my parents were
Are you not supposed to accept a pamphlet?
Oh, apparently not. My mom was like, why would you accept this? They're going to be back now. They're going to think you're interested. She was like, I'm just trying to be polite.
Maybe she was interested.
Maybe. I don't know. She was just trying to be polite. She's a Cancer like you. So you guys just want everyone to like you.
Really, hey?
She is a Cancer like you, yeah. I'm surrounded by them. Okay, here we go. So these kids go to a haunted house. On Sunday, 8 people in Norway, South Carolina, decided to go into an abandoned haunted house. First of all, what are 8 people doing hanging out? It's coronavirus.
It's also the U.S.
Oh, yeah, they don't care. And isn't it funny, in the U.S., everyone's talking about these riots. Nobody, even if you go on CNN, no one's talking about the virus anymore. It's all about Trump, and it's like they're a mess down there. Anyway, I digress. One of these kids was an 18-year-old man who spotted a freezer on the back porch. And when he opened it, there was a dead body inside.
Dun, dun, dun.
And not just a fresh dead body.
It was a mummified?
Yes, decomposed. So what do you think they did? Call the cops. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I hope they did something else like more creative with it, like Weekend at Bernie's.
Maybe if it was fresh.
Check it out to the bar.
This must have stunk. But here's where this story gets weird. The cops showed up.
Has it gotten weird already?
Well, yeah, but the cops showed up, told the kids to go home or whatever. Next day, house burned down. House burned down. So the cops were able to take the body into the morgue or whatever to do their, but somebody burned this house down.
So this house was occupied. Someone lived there.
No, it was a broken down, like abandoned, haunted house.
Home.
Yeah.
Whoa. Because I was like, what if the person that was living there was like a doctor or worked in a morgue or something and brought its work home?
Whoa. Well, you know what gave me chills thinking about this?
A cadaver. I would think it would be a cadaver.
But not in in a freezer.
Well, what else are you going to do? Not freeze it and just have it like turn to mush?
Well, you wonder, was this body in the freezer from when this home was occupied? And like, as long as you keep the freezer plugged in and running, that body's not going to.
So the cops will easily be able to trace who it's connected to, because in order to keep something running, what do you need?
Hydro.
Electricity.
Yes.
And in order to get electricity, what do you need? Someone to have an account.
So they can trace it back to that. But what freaked me out about this. Yeah, well, you kind of are. You can pick those wines out like nobody's business, girl.
I can smell the cheap ones, that's for sure.
Okay, here's what scared me. The next morning it burned down. So was the killer or somebody in the bushes watching these kids investigate the house and knew that there was evidence in there and had to burn it down? How would it be the next morning?
If police got called to the scene, the kids called and were like, oh my God, there's a dead body. Yeah. And they come in and they see the dead body, right away they're going to take all their evidence. They're not going to like close it down for a day and then come back the next day and be like, okay, now it's time to take fingerprints and shit.
But who knows? It's weird. Or what if it was a dirty cop?
Or there was more evidence, or there was a secret buried beneath that home or something.
Like another body.
In the walls.
Ooh, I got chills again.
Yeah, where was this? Denmark?
North Carolina.
Denmark?
South Carolina. Did you live there?
No, but it's a beautiful state.
Well, not if there's a dead body in the freezer.
Yeah, I've been to Charleston and it's lovely.
But that freaked me out. Could you imagine? I've never found a dead body. Have you?
No, but my mom did.
Did she?
Did I ever tell you this?
No, go. My uncle did too. You first.
So where I grew up, I lived right like a block away from a canyon, like a giant sprawling rainforest canyon. I loved it. It's where I played. My mom, everyone jogs in there.
Yeah.
My mom was jogging in the morning with her friend, and all of a sudden this woman comes sprinting with her dog, and it's just like stark white, and it's just, and my mom being a nurse is like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? And she was like, oh my God, there's a dead body. And my mom's like, okay. So they go, and what had happened, it was floating in the water, because in the canyon, there's obviously lots of cliffs, waterfalls, rapids, all that. I guess what had happened is, and it looked
what had happened?
What had happened? So when my mom looked in the water, it looks like a man, and he was face down with what looked like a bag next to him. And what happened was when they pulled the body out, it wasn't just him, it was his daughter too.
Oh!
And what they found out, because they found a camera too, is that she went to go, they climbed out of bounds, and this is why you never go out of bounds, people. Yes. Climbed out of bounds to take a picture by the cliff, and the little daughter fell back, and I guess they guessed that he went to go grab her, and he fell as well.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
Ew, and imagine finding it in the water, he'd be all bloated up and stuff.
Well, no, because this is like glacier, running
so
water, and they're just happy to find that body. I had a friend that passed away, unfortunately, in that same canyon. He was cliff jumping, the undertow took him down. They didn't find his body for like 5 days.
Oh, then he'd be bloated.
Yeah, like a mile down.
Oh, that's awful. So my story is my uncle Gary, this was years and years ago, was driving on some highway. It doesn't matter. I get caught up in these details when I tell a story. It doesn't matter. He was driving. Anyway, him and his friend were on this remote highway. They saw a rolled up carpet on the side of the road, but his friend said, hey, look at that. And they saw blonde hair coming out of the end of the carpet. Well, they didn't know. They saw blonde hair. So they pulled over to investigate. Oh. Sure enough, they get closer. They see it's blonde lady's hair covered in blood. So they called the police. They didn't open the thing, but
don't touch anything. If you ever find a dead body, don't touch it.
So it turns out, obviously, it was a murder victim. But the reason it fucked my uncle up is because it was the exact same color as my mom's hair. So he said he kept picturing it. My mom, like, he was like,
whether her hair was blue, it still would have fucked you up, right?
But he was really messed up about that for a while. And it's like, you don't know how these things are going to affect you.
Right.
So that was probably one of these serial killer truckers we watch all these shows about through the roll off.
Smiley face killer.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you know who the smiley face killer is?
But didn't he carve a smiley face?
No.
Oh.
He used to write letters with smiley faces.
Oh.
And he was a trucker, and that was the hardest thing about trying to track him as a serial killer, was because he was always in different states and different places. He had also went between Canada and the US all the time too. So
it's crazy. There's this new show that you would love. I may have already recommended it to you, called Big Sky. It's on CTV Tuesday nights. No, I don't work for them, but it's a great show about serial killer truckers. Oh. It's like a fictional drama, but like it's really, really juicy. So highly recommend it.
All right, next.
All right.
Next story.
Naked fugitive found in tree above crocodile-infested waters, yelling, "I've been eating snails!"
With some butter and garlic, with a little bit of lemon on top. That's escargot.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like he had that. Would you just pick up an Australian snail and throw it back, Bobby?
Aren't Australian snails?
Oh, are they big?
Huge?
I wondered that too.
I just feel like they would be. Everything is big in Australia. The spiders are bigger. The bugs are bigger and more dangerous. I don't know.
It's true. I hooked up with an Australian guy once.
He was bigger.
I think he was also a meth addict. But anyway, side note. Okay, so 2 Australian crab fishermen made an entirely different catch on Sunday. 2 buddies were out fishing in Darwin, Australia, when they heard someone calling for help from the mangroves. Crikey! Quote.
It's not bad, though. That's why I'm laughing. Your accent.
Thank you.
It's not that bad.
So, quote, well, I'm not going to do the whole quote because we heard this faint, like, I said to me, mate, is that guy saying help? So we got a bit closer and said, crikey, I can see you. As the pair got closer to the wimpy voice, they saw it was a naked man perched on a thin tree branch above crocodile-infested waters with Crocs under the tree circling and snapping up at him. Could you imagine?
Make sure you tuck it. That's when tucking would come in handy, right, for a man?
Yeah, seriously. Call your local drag queen quick. The guy said, the fisherman said the man was completely naked. He had cuts all over him, swollen feet, and was covered in mud. Now, the man's name is Luke. I can't pronounce it. You try to pronounce that. Voskrensky. Doesn't matter. The man's name was Luke. He told the approaching duo that he was on his way to a New Year's Eve party several days earlier and got lost. He said he survived the past week by eating snails. OMG.
Oh, what did he drink for water? I guess snails have quite a bit of fluid in them.
The story's not over yet, so there's a surprise twist ending. But I wondered if they have fresh water in Australia.
No.
Like ponds. There's
even? An island.
But like a crocodile pond. Wouldn't that be?
I wouldn't drink any water. Like, would you drink water out of a... Like, it's a warm place. Like, I would never drink out of a lake in Florida.
True.
Why would I ever? No.
Well, okay. So wait.
I don't want to drink out of a lake, period.
So wait for the surprise ending, because I'm skeptical whether he was actually out for as long as he said he was. So the fishermen helped the man into their boat, gave him a beer.
Hell yeah, that's how Aussies do it.
And this is a sign that maybe he wasn't as desperate, because if you're out in the bush in a tree for 5 days, you're going to want water, not a beer. Even us.
Well, beer is mostly water anyways.
I guess. Yeah, I guess at that point you drink anything.
I don't know. If I was that thirsty and all they had was like an ice, like so cold the beer had frost on the glass.
You'd take it back. Yeah.
And I don't even drink beer. I don't even like beer. Yeah, okay. But a frosty bottled beer?
Yeah.
I'd deep throat that thing. That's how quickly I would drink it.
She is thirsty. So here he is drinking his beer. One of the fishermen gave him his shorts. The other fisherman said, quote, I felt bad I couldn't help, but I wasn't wearing any undies, so I couldn't give him my shorts. Fair enough. So
he might eat his snail.
Yeah, how hungry is he? The men brought him back to town, called an ambulance, but they later found out the real reason he was lost when they went to go visit him in the hospital is... quote, this is what he said. Okay, I messed that up. They were going to go visit him in the hospital, but they couldn't, and here's why. Quote, we were going to go visit him in the hospital, and my partner's a paramedic saying he's in the hospital with handcuffs on and 2 cops standing by his bed. So we're like, maybe we won't go visit. So it turns out Mr. Luke from the tree was wanted on an arrest warrant for breaching bail over an armed robbery. He allegedly escaped house arrest days earlier after removing his ankle bracelet. And so he was wanted by cops, which is why he was hiding. So there was no New Year's Eve party after all. I would take house arrest over getting eaten by crocodiles.
I just keep thinking about escargots now.
Oh my God.
I fucking love escargot.
Okay, here's our next challenge is going to be eating escargot with butter and lemon and salt, and then you just eat a plain snail. Because I think what you like...
not cooked?
Well, it could be cooked, but I think what you like is the butter and salt and lemon, not necessarily...
Right, because the escargots that you get at the keg taste just like the shrimp you get at the keg.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Where are you going?
I'm just fixing our set.
Oh. We've got technical difficulties here.
Just go on to the next.
Okay, I'm going on to the next story. Hey, Jenna, are you feeling tense?
No.
How about fuck you. I was trying to set up a story.
Have I been? Yes, I'm so tense.
How about a snake massage?
With a dick?
Hey, I would take one of those too. No, these are real snakes.
Woo! Okay.
Scary. So some people hate snakes. Some people keep them as pets. Now you can get a snake massage if you live in Egypt. It's a big thing over there.
Ooh.
Oh, is that where they do that?
That's how Cleopatra died, was a snake bite. Remember?
Really? I didn't know that.
You don't know the story of Cleopatra?
No, remind me.
Killed herself with a poisonous snake?
What a way
Or she got murdered with a poisonous snake. I feel like it's kind of up there. But yes, snakes are big in Egyptian.
Was she real? Or she?
Yes.
Oh, wow. All right.
Wow. You don't know anything about... you know how I get in these zones where like I read something about something and then I nerd out like hardcore. And
she's one of them.
Well, it's like polygamy, for example, and
okay.
like the LDS church in Utah and everything, the Jeffs family and stuff. I like saw one show and I was like, that's it. I need to like get 5 books and I need to read about it, just like Scientology.
Oh, I know about that.
Egyptian history was one of those things that I.
You should be Cleopatra for Halloween. I think you'd be hot. Would be
with the cat eyes.
Let's do that.
Look, I have natural cat eyes.
That's what. Yeah.
My eyes used to look like that when I was a kid. Sorry, for people that aren't watching us, I'm slinting my eyes.
Yeah, she's totally, but you're covered by the Asian shield.
I should need a facelift.
So do I. Don't get me started on double chin. I've noticed in pictures.
Okay.
Maybe we should be, for Halloween, Cleopatra, and I could be like, who's the guy with
Mark Anthony?
King Tut. What? J-Lo's ex?
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, God.
I love Mark Anthony's music, but that's not who you're talking about, is it?
No, Mark Anthony, he was the...
Was he King Tut?
No.
Well, it could be King
different
Tut.
eras. It was her husband. Anyways.
No, I'd rather be King Tut. Okay.
Let's save the history.
Where was I?
Let's save drunk history for later.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. There's a spa in Egypt that mixes oil with non-venomous snakes, takes 30 minutes to give you a snake massage. It's not for everyone, but owner Safwat Siddiqui, thank you, says in a video that snake massages can work wonders for those suffering from pain. Quote,
yes.
The use of snakes is a type of massage and it has 2 aims, physical and emotional. Physical aim is to improve blood circulation and mental stimulation. And the emotional aim is that it releases endorphins that help you feel good and regain confidence, blah, blah, blah.
Snake poison, snake venom, I should say. Snake venom has been used in like ancient medicine forever.
Really? The venom?
Yes.
Well, this is non-venom, but yeah.
Oh.
This is just, they're non-venomous snakes, so they can't kill you even if they bite you.
But also I feel like, again, it's not venom, but I've heard about like bee stings, for example, people like stinging themselves with bees every day to like help with some sort of chronic illness.
That was before
Maybe
lip
that's
fillers.
like similar.
Well, yeah, but this is just purely massage because snakes are strong and, I'm sure it would feel good.
Okay, so say it again. Sorry, how do they massage you with a snake?
They put oil and then they essentially get the snakes to just slither all over you.
The live snakes.
Yeah, they just slither all over you. And it's like feels cool, apparently.
It's like when someone has a really chubby dog or even your dogs. If I was to lie on my stomach and they walked all over my back, I would enjoy that.
Me too.
I just don't see a snake like... They
pushing
are strong. They have muscles. I need to know how big this snake is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's non-venomous snakes, but...
they don't say it has anything to do with the size. It's how you use it. But in this situation, I think that maybe...
We may see them soon because they are gaining popularity. Apparently, these already are a common thing in Brazil, Russia, Israel, and they're starting in the U.S.
I can't see Canadian health authorities allowing this. So do you remember...
Or who would sign up for this?
Right.
Terrifying.
Some people really like snakes.
Oh, God.
They're sexual beings. They're very sensual.
Yeah.
Snakes. Like snakes get
I like a snake from a distance.
Yeah, but like the way they move, they go...
Sure. And I like they're a bit evil and mysterious, but scary.
I was saying something before that, though.
You're always saying something. I don't know.
I was saying, you remember when...
like the fish eating on your feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when that became really popular,
People thought it was weird.
Everyone was like, oh yeah, and then all these people tried to open it, but Health Canada was like, nah.
You're right. We're strict
here. So I don't think Health Canada will allow this.
No, I don't think so either.
They won't even allow rapid COVID testing.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So like,
yeah. And I think you're right, because there is one organization that is very against this. Can you guess?
PETA!
That's right. So here's what they said. I think this is going to make you feel bad for the snakes. But PETA said, quote, snakes are sensitive living beings who experience fear and stress just like all of us. However, they do not display fright and discomfort in the same ways that mammals do by flinching or pulling away or screaming.
No, they get defensive and go...
Well, okay, so let me finish the quote. So they said, humans don't realize that constantly handling snakes causes them stress and leaves them prone to illness, just like when humans are constantly in a state of stress. But you're right, I thought the same thing. Wouldn't a snake pull away or say, fuck you? It wouldn't massage you if it was upset.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
So how much will this cost? Well, a snake massage will set you back about 100 Egyptian pounds or $8 Canadian.
I will take 5 of them. You right now, in considering your dating life, you would pay $8 to have any snake rub up on you.
I would. Well, maybe not any. I think that's part of my problem is I'm quite picky. I get a lot of offers, but it's never from the ones I want.
You know what would be nice though if it was like a boa constrictor, like, and kind of like just tensed and then released. Because you know that's what boa constrictors do. They constrict
until they don't
suffocate
release
you. Yeah. But like, if it was not big enough that it could hurt you, but it would just like a big tight hug, like, you know, when, you know, and so it would go around your arm and kind of constrict and then release. Oh, that would feel really good. Snakes stink though, don't they?
I don't know. What do you think? I'm a snake expert?
Well, I feel like your sister Jasmine would have had a snake growing up.
No, she didn't, but I could see it.
I could totally see it.
I think she has a snake tattoo. Yeah.
In unmentionable places.
I don't know. Yeah, gross. Next story. Do you want to do one? No.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, you do one. I
haven't read these, so this will be interesting. You know how they say not to share eye makeup? Yeah, styes, gross, ew.
Ew, it gets worse.
Well, our next story is a PSA as to why you should never share earbuds or anything else that goes in your ear.
Ugh. Which is gross.
I also keep my ears very clean. I know you're not supposed to use Q-tips, but I use them all the time.
But I don't put them in too far.
Me neither. I just use them to get the wax out.
But how many times have you seen people on the bus or in class?
Oh, sharing. I've done it a million times. Actually, today, I was listening to something that was funny, and I went and put it in Kevin's ear.
Oh, we got his name. We got his name. Now he's a character on the show.
In his ear. He's not a character yet. I'm waiting for the ball to drop. You know when things are just going so well, and I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for it to drop. So.
Okay. Kevin.
All right. So this is why you don't share anything that goes in your ears. A doctor in Vietnam said he found dozens of tiny shroom-like growths around the eardrums of a patient who had complained of itchy, painful ears. Oh my God, I get itchy ears all the time.
Picture miniature mushrooms growing in your ear.
Here's the reason, because at first I'm like, okay, mushrooms in the ear, obviously, in order for mushrooms to grow, it needs to be a consistently humid atmosphere.
And don't they grow in shit?
So you're not drying your ears out at all.
Oh, that's
no, they don't necessarily grow in shit.
Oh, okay.
Like when you go to Vancouver, like because it's a rainforest, everything has covered in mushrooms and fungus.
Okay.
I think it just needs like a lot of dampness and like maybe a bit of dirt.
So gross.
Well, dampness and dirt in your ears.
Yeah, there you go.
The patient had been sharing ear hygiene equipment with his friends is why this happened. At first, these are obviously Jesse wrote this story out for himself.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, was he sharing Q-tips? But I think it was more like those nose cleaner. Oh, the vacuum one. So there's those like, things you've seen. Yeah.
That suck the wax out of your ear.
The doctor recorded footage of the shroomy blooms via an endoscope. And they really do look like little mushrooms. He removed the mushrooms and said that the patient should recover within a few days.
Isn't that disgusting?
It's called automycosis.
Oh, good job. Automycosis.
That's one of the easier, like.
Or is the C silent? Automyosis? No. Mycosis.
It would be a C and an S.
Okay.
Automycosis and can be caused by swimming in tropical areas. Remember when that guy got that thing up his dick?
Yeah. Don't swim in tropical waters.
It's more common in people with diabetes or certain other conditions. The patient in Vietnam found out bacteria and funguses can also spread by sharing stuff that goes inside your ears.
Oh, this is so disgusting to me. For me, one of the grossest things.
I don't find this out. We're gross.
Oh, earwax and like ear stuff?
Yeah.
Snot?
Ear mushrooms. I don't find it gross. I usually find things like this gross.
Oh, you're so disgusting.
You know why? It's because I've been buying these mushrooms from the store lately. Oh. They're Asian mushrooms, and they come with very long, very tiny stems. Like if you were to cut the little heads off, the stems would look like noodles, like very thin, tiny noodles. And they're really good. And I don't know why, but when I was reading that story, I pictured that is what he had growing.
Ew, it probably, no wonder you don't want to believe this is gross because you just bought Vietnamese mushrooms. This is where this guy lived. I think that's I just think it's so gross, like that sort of stuff, like sharing things.
Have you ever had your ear like candled or anything?
Not candled, but I did have ear problems as a kid. I had tubes and everything, so I've had to have the wax.
One of those.
You know, when they shoot water in and all the wax comes out? Disgusting.
It's like a neti pot for your ears?
Yes, yeah. And it hurt like a mother. But I've never tried the candling thing. I've wanted to do that. Rosie O'Donnell used to talk about that on her talk show all the time.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
No.
We should do that on Facebook Live.
I think you need it done by a professional.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
No, wait, one more. It's a quick one. It's a quick one.
Because I have to pee soon.
Okay, ready? There's a whole generation growing up who are going to be super disappointed when they find out that sex isn't all threesomes and surprise Blinwy encounters.
Before you start with that, though, do you know what's crazy? Is if you were born with the first number of your year of birth is a 1, you're automatically over the age of drinking age.
But aren't we all 19 something?
No, so like 1999s are now legal drinking age.
Wow.
So I was watching a TikTok video and this girl was like pretending, and the bouncer was like, "Can I see your ID?" And she was like, "Oh, sure, it's in my wallet. Can you see it?" He's like, "It's okay, I see the 1."
Wow, we're so old. But you know what? 2002s are even legal now.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's 2021.
No.
19. No, you just don't want to. Okay, let's just live with what you said. Okay, so kids, you know, they got to learn about sex sometime. And according to a new study, young people don't learn about sex from the birds and the bees anymore, not from their parents, not even from their teacher.
Porn.
You got it, baby.
Which is the worst representation of what sex should be.
You've talked about this for years.
Yes. This is why sex now is like a methodical thing. It's like, because this is what everyone sees in porn.
That's it.
Start with rubbing, then to oral, then to sex, and then to something. But that's what it's been like.
Yeah. And I feel bad for the girls more than anything because, as you pointed out, girls are often more objectified. So it's like, you know, young guys might think, oh, she's got to give me head. Well, no, boys, you can give her head first.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I do 100% know what you're saying.
So here's what the study said. The top source for people 18 to 24 years old to learn about sex is porn. The rest of the top 6 are their partner, parents, friends, the media, and finally at the bottom, their family doctor. What?
This is why we need to talk about sex with young people.
Yeah.
Is so that they don't get their education from porn, because that's when your son is going to have his first sexual encounter with a girl and try to choke her and pull her hair.
You got it. And here's the problem with
that's why that's why young boys don't know about consent, and why consent's so hard to teach is because in those porns, there's no consent. No one is being like, are you okay with this? When they do weird things, like when they go and like, not weird things, I shouldn't say weird, that's a horrible word, but when the positions change up or something, or you go from one activity to another, they're not being like, are you good with this? Is it okay? And not like that happens in real life. You usually pick up on physical cues. But
it's not real life because she's getting paid to be there. So, you know, here's exactly why it's problematic, because the stats also found that men or young men learn from porn and women trust their first few partners to teach them. So if the guys are learning from porn and the girls trust their partners, young women are raised to think it's normal to.
And if the young women are also watching the porn, they think it's normal.
Right?
Porn normalizes and don't get me wrong, I love porn just as much as the other person.
Girls do watch it, see?
I'm not hating on fucking porn. But porn is not for educational purposes.
No.
You know, and
I mean, it can give you good ideas.
But I think now in society, we get so the whole sex ed curriculum in Ontario debate. Remember that?
Oh my God.
A year ago?
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago, maybe?
That was before everybody liked Doug Ford.
Right. But when you take that education element out of it, this is what kids are resorting to for their education. It's hard for people, I think, like us with our age that have kids.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have access to internet at that age to learn. We had to learn through talking to our friends and stuff like that, which in my opinion is a bit better.
Well, sure.
Than going to Pornhub and being like, how do you have sex? And seeing what you see.
And I don't know about your sex ed in BC, but my grade 5 was much more about adolescence and like your puberty than it was about sex.
I don't remember sex ed.
Oh, I do.
Really? I do not remember sex ed at all. I don't remember.
You probably didn't go. Let's be honest.
But I didn't start skipping until like grade 10, 11. Grade 10, 11.
Did you, maybe you didn't go?
I don't remember putting the condom on the banana. I don't remember anything like that. But that's how unmemorable it was.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a problem.
Yeah.
Kids should remember sex ed.
But do you remember taking the permission slip home to your parents? That was so upsetting for me. I remember I was like, put it on the kitchen counter and ran it to my room. Because, you know, at that age, what are you in grade 5, 10? And I'm like, here, I have to like, and my mom signed it and she didn't give it back to me. She put it in my bag. She didn't want to give it to me any more than I wanted to give it to her.
I don't remember, but I guaranteed I probably forged my mom's name. Well, because there was a certain point where I knew how to do it exactly, and she'd be like, just sign it for me.
Well, and as adults, now you realize your teacher would have never questioned it or known the difference. The teacher doesn't care if there's a scribble, but we were so afraid as kids that they would know we're forging it. I wish I just forged it. But, you know, I'm sure my mom was happy to send me because she never had the talk with me. And it's weird because now, you know, my mom and I are best friends. We will talk about sex, not details, but like, you know, I'm not afraid to say the word in front of her, but she never had the talk with me. And I wish she did, actually, because...
But like, what to talk about, though? That's the thing. Like, put yourself in your mom's position now. You are her age now that she was back then.
Oh, Jenna, that hurts.
How are you gonna approach that topic?
It's
and like,
true.
what are you going to talk about? Sex has such a broad range now.
It's true.
So what are you going to talk about? Sexual identity? Are you going to talk about consent? Are you going to talk about the actual action of...
You're right.
Or...
And
I don't know.
You don't want to corrupt your little baby angel before they need to be. So, yeah, I guess. I take that back.
It's got to be really, really tough. I don't even remember talking about sex with my parents. And my mom's an ER nurse who doesn't give two fucks.
Maybe you blocked it out.
But it wasn't until I got my very first serious boyfriend when I was 15, 16. And she was like, immediately, no talk though, was just like, you're going on birth control.
Okay.
There was no talk about sex because at the time I wasn't having sex. So I was like, oh, Mom, that's so weird.
You know, that was the age when guys
But she knew that it was going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. No, how old were you? 16?
15, 16.
Yeah, so there was no sex. That was just guys being like, oh, I have to or else I got blue balls and it really hurts.
My first boyfriend was such a delight. He was a sweet, sweet man.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
And what was his name?
Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Well, Kevin's taking your place now, bitch.
Daniel with the wife and kids.
Yeah. Cheers to you, Daniel.
Cheers to Daniel. Thank you for taking my virginity in a respectful way.